Hi, I'm Mitchell Ringos. Welcome to Word for Word, where we offer you an in-depth look at some of our interviews with newsmakers from across the Northwest. The United Way of Thunder Bay and Wasaya Airways brought back the ultimate tug-of-war challenge with the 5th annual Wasaya United Way plane pull. Teams competed for the fastest time to pull an airplane down the tarmac, all for a good cause.
Oh, we are having a blast. We're out at the Wasaya Airways hangar for the 5th annual Wasaya United Way plane pull in support of community. We have 14 teams coming out pulling this 26,000-pound Dash 8 50 feet down the runway, all in support of programs and services funded by United Way.
And now, pulling a plane is no easy feat. But, where did the idea for the plane pull come from?
Well, that's a great question. I have to admit that I had never heard of a plane pull until I joined the United Way back in 2019. That was my first opportunity to pull a plane. I did it. It's funny you say it's quite a feat. It's actually more about teamwork and momentum and coming together and pulling at the same time, which is a little bit like what we do with United Way in our community. We want everyone to pull for helping those in need, and so it's very much in keeping with our theme of United in Local Love.
And you mentioned you guys haven't been able to have the event since 2019. How does it feel finally being able to put it back on?
It is so much fun. It's so fantastic. It's tough trying to get back up and running. It took a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of teamwork to pull the event off for this year. And we see it as, just growing and getting bigger and better every year. The teams that are here are having a great time. And, we have fabulous volunteers, fabulous sponsors, fabulous supporters to make this possible.
Awesome. And things have been going steady all morning. Has anyone come up with any better strategies for how to get the plane across the line?
Well, that's a good one. I think so. Each team gets 3 opportunities to pull, and I know there was one team, their first go up, they couldn't budge the plane at all. They had 4 minutes and it didn't move. But then as they're watching other teams, again, it's not about just pulling, it's about getting that momentum and pulling together. So the next time they went up, I think they did it in 20 seconds that they got the plane to go 50 feet. So it's doable. It's just a matter of working together, working in unison and pulling at the same time and, just getting that momentum.
All right, well, that's all my questions. Anything else you'd like to add?
Well, we're here today, obviously, with this event, but it's one of many in support of United Way this fall. We have other events coming up that people can participate in if they missed out on the plane pull today. We have our Shania Twain raffle that's running till September 29th. People can win a trip to Vancouver to see Shania Twain in concert. Tickets are $10, and you can visit our winshania.ca website. Get in there before next Friday for a fabulous trip for 2 to Vancouver with airfare, hotel, and as I say, chance to meet Shania Twain and see her perform in person.
Awesome.
So did you guys have a fundraising goal in mind for this?
For today, we typically, from my recollection, the event has raised somewhere in the neighborhood of $15,000 to $20,000. As I said, it was a little challenging getting it back up and off the ground. So our goal for this year was really to maximize participation, get it back up and running, and sure, if it raises some great money for community, that's important too. But we really just want people to have a good time, and then next year we'll do it bigger and better than ever.
Perfect.
All right.
For people who want to get involved next year, how would they be able to do that?
So what we'll be doing for 2024 is we'll probably start announcing the team registration early spring. What we found is that we just need to make sure people have enough time to pull and recruit their team together. But once we got almost sold out, we had a bunch of folks expressing an interest, but we'll have to just let them know to get in on it earlier next year.
Sailors from the HMCS Griffin marched through Marina Park Saturday to show their thanks to the city for giving them freedom of the city, which Commander Nathaniel Molson says is an honor bestowed on military units.
The parade that just happened today.
Sure. So today we exercised what we call our freedom of the city, and this is a kind of a something that developed out of the 15th century, where the leader of the town or the village would let the military into the walls, and kind of recognizing them as a respected, responsible force to be in the community. So it's kind of a message of trust and of respect to the military.
And just how important are events like these for building that relationship between the community and the military?
I think it's very important. In Thunder Bay, we have a positive relationship with the community, with the city and the citizens. But I think that it's always great to show the community members that we are here, that we're present, and that we're operating every day of the week. 365 days a year, the military is in this community, and whether we're preparing to go somewhere else to fight for peace, to support Canadian interests abroad, or we are doing some kind of training, or even just helping out in the community. So those are all ways that we participate with our fellow Thunder Bay citizens.
And now that the parade's over, everyone's going over to HMCS Griffin. What's going on there?
So immediately following this, we are conducting what's called a recommissioning ceremony, and this is a really kind of cool ceremony where the commanding officer, having made their ship ready to go to sea, provisioned weapons on board, is now setting off to sail. And so we're doing this all to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the Naval Reserve. And so it'll be a short ceremony, but it'll be up at Griffin. Then we follow that with a open house. So there'll be different displays set up and a few little messages passed along.
And last question for me, there quite a few people came by to watch the parade and the ceremony. How does it feel to see that support from the community?
Yeah, it feels great. The unit has grown a lot in the last couple of years, and so you see a lot of family and friends there, and that's really what we want to see. We want to see support for these people that have decided to make a sacrifice and contribute to their country. It's great to see that they have the support of their home community. There's certainly a lot of national messaging when we go overseas and whatever the operation is, but it is really nice to see that homegrown support.
Perfect.
Enough there.
Is there anything you'd like to add that we haven't touched on?
I'll say a little bit about what else we have coming up in the next couple weeks. So next weekend we have a large military exercise called Waking Giant that will bring in about 150 people into Thunder Bay from all different elements, Army, Air Force, and Navy. It's led by the Navy, and you will see aircraft overhead. You'll see a lot of boats out on the water, and we'll be conducting operations. There's not a real easy way for the public to interact, but if you see them around, that's all Navy stuff that's happening. So that's happening on the 30th and then the 1st. And then October 21st, we're having the Naval Ball. So it's the Naval Reserve Centennial Ball, and this is a real formal affair held at the Delta here down on the waterfront, where everyone will get dressed up, and the community is welcome to purchase tickets and attend if they are interested. But that's a real celebration. It's kind of our final celebration for the centennial.
The North Core was bustling Sunday as residents celebrated this fall's harvest. The Good Harvest was an outdoor farmers market that saw Red River Road filled with local farmers and vendors, with hauls of fresh produce, preserves, pickle tables, and farm-themed games.
Yeah, so today is the Good Harvest event with Goods & Co., where we've closed down the street and invited local vendors to come and share food and produce and crafts to really celebrate the bounty of the season in Thunder Bay. And then people are coming in with admission by donation, and there's different games and ways to support Roots. So all the proceeds from the event come to support Roots Community Food Center.
And I guess, how does it feel knowing that all the support is going to Roots and the food fund?
It's incredible. So we work really hard to make sure that we can pay our participants really well, meet the living wage, have really beautiful spaces at our urban farms, and it takes a lot of fun to make that happen. So this is an event that really supports that this year. And we were never sure who's going to show up at a Thunder Bay event. It's their very last minute. The weather totally worked. Really, people are enjoying the space by just occupying the street and wandering, and they're here with family and friends and pets and strollers and just enjoying like kind of the last of summer, fall, really.
And how important is, I guess, the collaboration between the farms and, I guess, the waterfront and Roots?
It's so important. So, you know, I really think it's the waterfront and the other vendors that bring the crowd, because we can't do that on our own. Like, we don't have enough stuff to support. We need all the diversity of products and vendors coming out to put their time in to do it. It's so much work for vendors to like get all their stuff together. They've been up like all last night and all this morning to make sure that they have enough stuff. But it is like, that's what brings the crowd, is this venue, this location that is accessible to so many people.
And you know, one of the things that the farmers are really excited about is being able to connect with the community. Can you tell me how important making those connections is?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that for the most part, people see the food but not where it comes from and not who grew it. And what you meet here are the people who grew the food, who brought the food to market for you, and you can connect with farmers and see like that it supports them directly, and knowing that you're putting really good food on your table, I think is important, because the disconnect is so real for folks otherwise, because we just don't see that in our cities. I think that's what the beauty about some of our urban farms are, is that you can see how food is grown at a bigger scale in those spaces. But the farmers that are here, you know, they're doing this for their living, they're making it happen like so that people in Thunder Bay can access really great local food that is such high quality. So we have some of the best vendors, I think, in Ontario that really support so many different kinds of products that we can get here. There's lamb here today, there's honey, there's pasta, there's baking, there's all the produce, and it's so incredible.
Farmers Market going on today on Red River Road. So it's our first time spilling this event out onto the street. We have about 20 vendors, mix of farmers and food producers that are set up here today. It's exciting for us because we held it indoors last year, so we thought it was a little bit more accessible and easier for the farmers to bring all their local veggies out onto the street. And we're blessed with a nice day, although it's a little windy, but it's awesome.
How does it feel to see such a great turnout today?
You know what? It's so awesome. I love seeing the downtown filled with people. You know, whatever events that brings lots of people. You know, our Pride events or Craft Revival and things like that. So I think it's just so nice to see the streets filled and people with, you know, filling up their reusable shopping bags with local veggies, and it's just like a really cute time. You know, we have apple cider and corn boil going on, and to be able to do this all to support Roots to Harvest, you know, means a lot to us for sure.
Can you talk a little bit about maybe why you wanted to host it in the first place?
Yeah, so I mean, for Goods & Co. Market, a big part of our mandate is food sustainability and being able to support our local food community. And I mean, being so remote in Thunder Bay, our food has to travel a long time to get to us. So I think it's just really important that we support our farmers and keep the dollars in our city, and keep that whole culture of farming going. And I think it's just really important for us to have access to fresh food, and bringing it to like a downtown space makes it a little bit more accessible for everyone. So.
And can you talk about the importance of the partnership with Roots?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we had Roots be a part of it last year as a vendor, and we wanted to give them a good amount of time and heads up to be able to plan to be a part of it in a bigger way this year. So, they're fundraising through running some activities and games at the event here today. And it's just, I mean, it's such a great organization, and I love working with Erin and her team, and it just feels really like cohesive and a really good fit. And it's just, I'm excited to see how the event grows with them.
How many years have this been going on for?
So this is the second year that we've done it, and we definitely want to make it an annual event. We're excited about the downtown getting, the whole renewal project. There's a bit of construction going on behind me, but we want to show people that we're, what we're doing to improve the downtown and make it more enjoyable space to host events like this. So I can see this event growing and growing, and it's just the start of it. So it's awesome.
That's it all.
Okay.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, just thanks to the community for coming down to support us today, and yeah, enjoy, and we hope to see everyone soon.
10 members of Fort William First Nation have completed an introductory carpentry training program in partnership with the Skilled Trades Union in Lyona. It was a 6-week course that wrapped up with the students building a shed.
Can you maybe just talk a little bit about I guess what this training program is?
So what this training program was a partnership with Fort William First Nation in delivering Intro to Carpentry with 10 participants that have never touched a tool or worked in construction before, and kind of break the barrier and get inclusive kind of participation with building sheds. So as you can see behind us there, so this kind of broke any kind of nerves or kind of lack of knowing in construction, and hoping that maybe there's a career path with these 10 participants in construction now.
And you've been with them throughout how long has this course been?
So this course has been running for 6 weeks. So we've gotten probably 98% of these students that had zero ability, let's do that again. So we had 10 participants, probably 98% of them had never touched a power tool before, and after the 6 weeks, they're all confidently running power tools and building with their hands.
And what have you seen over the past 6 weeks, I guess, in terms of their progress?
Oh, great progress. I mean, if you take someone that didn't know the difference between, say, a drill and an impact, and then at the end of 6 weeks have built sheds with rake walls and hand-cut roofs, it's pretty great progression, right? In 6 weeks, it's very impressive for what they've done.
And can you maybe go over, I guess, the different material that you guys talked about over the past 6 weeks?
So we talked about, first of all, we talked about using all kinds of power tools and hand tools, and then different materials like standard spruce, PWF, OSB, shingles.
Have you guys ran this course before? Is this like the first time going through it?
This course is the first time. This is like a one-off right now. And from what I've seen, there's been great response with it, to where I think we're going to introduce it more regularly into our program year.
And you mentioned that this course also gets them into your, I guess, apprenticeship courses? Or I guess I'm ready for that. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so with this Intro to Carpentry, with people that had zero experience in construction, now we are getting them to where they're wanting to go further in their construction career and go into our other Red Seal trades that we offer, which is construction craft worker and cement finisher. Now we've opened up a door for them to come to us to want to pursue a career in construction.
For the first time in more than a decade, Taco Bell is returning to Thunder Bay. The new Arthur Street restaurant officially opened its doors today, but the company held a ribbon-cutting event yesterday.
It's another new community that in our journey to grow Taco Bell across Canada. You know, we're super excited to bring Taco Bell to Thunder Bay. We've heard it loud and clear from the people of the city, this great city of Thunder Bay, that they're ready for us and we're ready for them. It's another new community on our journey to grow Taco Bell across Canada. Team Redbury is super excited to bring Taco Bell to Thunder Bay, and we can't wait for all the residents to join us here. We're super excited to have the residents of Thunder Bay come in here, meet our team, try our great food, and live Moss. And you know what? And we've been able to meet so many great people and talking about bringing Taco Bell to Thunder Bay, and we're so excited that they're excited to have us here, and our team's ready, to really bring it to life and bring our culture to Thunder Bay. So for here, we have a staff of 45. And a support team here to help ensure that we execute with excellence and really bring the culture to the residents of Thunder Bay.
Thanks for joining us for today's edition of Word for Word. We'll be back tomorrow with more interviews from across the Northwest.